coming back. I know earlier we talked about, yeah, I compete. There's a little bit of smoke going on with him in comp. You guys didn't see it out for the camera, but he's here. Thank you for joining us in the studio.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
How's everything been since like the end of the season? Have you been spending more time with your family or?
Yeah, the off season's been very relaxing, just being back home with the family. Luckily for me, when I was traveling back and forth during the league, I was coming back home anyway, so I just wasn't able to spend the right time with my family. So now we're doing vacations, we're doing a bunch of things, spending more time with my girlfriend, obviously. But I still play the game. I'm on the game every single night, so I still get my reps.
Hey, family time is everything.
Yeah.
But we actually have some video clips of you before the season.
Okay.
When you were new, you're new to everything when you came to the league. So let's check it out.
Okay, rookie times. Let's see it.
Yeah, we play in a league called MPBA. We just play competitively every single night. That's the best teams in the world, and it gets us ready to play in the 2K league.
Yo, your shape up. You
Yeah.
had like less of a beard back then.
Yeah.
You're like a young kid over there, son.
I feel like that was before like media day training. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, fresh in the league and stuff like that.
I was a baby.
For sure. But when you look back at that clip, how's that training regimen that you had? How does that compare to what you're doing now?
Well, I still do very much of the same. In the off season, I still play MPBA. Shout out to them. They always got the competitive scene thriving.
Right.
WR as well. So still playing that every day, still playing against the same people that we might have competed against in the league. Some people team up together. So, there's a lot of competition all the way through during the season and off season.
Feel that?
So we have another video clip. Let's take a look.
My favorite 2K accomplishment was playing in the Road to the Finals NBA 2K16 with my guys that are from my neighborhood, actually. And we played in the final game for Xbox Finals, and we beat Good Life and made it to the $250,000 game. So that was my biggest accomplishment.
No doubt about it. I mean, when you kind of look back at that, and you obviously, again, that was before the league. So when you kind of factor in, even with all your accomplishments, when you factor in the league into that, would you still put that at the top of your list as far as your biggest 2K accomplishments thus far?
Nah, my biggest accomplishment now is getting drafted.
Okay.
Draft day was crazy for me. Just know all the work that I put in, all the hours that we put in behind the scenes, working on our game constantly, and before the league, a lot of people didn't believe in the league in terms of like the support. It wasn't really there from my family to my friends. People didn't really know what I was doing. They're just like, don't you always play the game? It's the same thing, So, but once I got drafted and being on TV, being on a network that I watch all the time, NBA TV, and meeting the commissioner in the NBA, all those things was just crazy to me. I'll never forget that day.
Yeah, those kind of like the moments that just kind of live on. So I feel where you're coming from there.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I'm curious to know, what are some of your other favorite video games aside from 2K? But you answered in this clip, so let's check it out.
Another favorite video game is Call of Duty. I love Call of Duty.
So you like online, or do you like single player?
No, I'm an online guy. I like to play with all my friends, but I haven't played the new Call of Duty yet. I've been mainly strictly 2K. I didn't like, how our team finished last season. I've just been 100% on 2K. So.
Well, I respect that. I mean, obviously, big Call of Duty fan here. I've heard you talk about that during, season 1, just talking backstage and stuff like that. But I respect the dedication, man. You're so devoted to the grind that you ain't even touched it yet. And I will tell you, though, brother, it's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good opportunity. It's pretty good.
I watch a lot of streams on it. I want to play it, but just on 2K for now. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you're shooting by day and sniping by night?
Something like that.
Well, I'm sure you've been playing a lot of 2K and preparing for the next season. So I'm curious to know, how do you go about with practicing? We have a clip where you talk a little bit about this.
I play NBA 2K every single day. I love 2K. I eat, sleep, and breathe the game. So I play it every day. I think I put about 10 to 12 hours in a day.
10, 12 hours, man. I don't even think I played a video game for that long. I can't lie.
That's a struggle. That's a struggle. I'm not gonna lie. But when you're having a good time, you know what you're getting out of it. I can relate.
Yeah, 2K really became habitual. I wake up and it just feel like I'm not doing anything out of my normal routine. Just like brushing your teeth, anything like that. So I just play it every single day. My hours are a little bit down now. Come back working 8 to 4. I probably play about 6 hours a day. From 6 to 12 is really when I try to get my peak hours in, and then I got to get to sleep because I got to wake up the next day for work. So, it's tough.
Yeah, I started to play 2K a lot more recently. Funny enough, I actually played with Arsenal for a bit. I'm not the best, but I'm not super trash, I think. But I've been playing it a lot more, been practicing, and like one of my things is when I'm playing, like I have to listen to music sometimes, and it varies. Sometimes it can be Lil Wayne, sometimes it can be Marvin Gaye. It just really depends on what I'm in the mood for.
That is a large
I know, right? Because sometimes
wide
sometimes
variety of music right there.
sometimes you can't get too amped because you're gonna be dancing. You can't do little. I can't be doing that when I'm playing.
Nah, you can't be doing
But
that.
that's like my little superstition, and I know you have some. So let's take a look at that.
Yes, so I have to have my DX Racer chair. That's the chair I need to sit down. I feel very comfortable sitting down in that. And I have a Kobe Bryant jersey that hangs right above my monitor. And I always look at the Kobe Bryant jersey and I give it 2 chest pounds before every game.
Black Mamba. Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's my guy. I still do that. I still got the jersey hanging up over my monitor. I couldn't do that during the season.
I was going to ask you, at any point did you think about bringing the jersey in and just kind of incorporate that?
Yeah, maybe that would have helped, but definitely it's just something it's like more of a home routine. Now I'm back home, back in my comfort zone. I do the same things before every game. It's just something I do. I always kept that to myself. I never really told many people. My friends didn't even know about that I did that, but I definitely do that before every game.
What's your superstition for during the league?
During the league, it was very different. During the league, you have to find a new routine, because you're out of your regime. You're in a whole different market. I was staying in Utah, so my thing was binge watching. I needed a show, because the league can be very stressful when you're losing. You can let that negativity like eat you up. So I needed to take my mind off the game sometimes and just find a show that I could just binge all weekend. And if we had a tough loss, I could just forget about it, watch my show.
What's that show though? Or multiple shows?
It's multiple shows. I finished a bunch of shows. Power carries me through the summer. Power is my show. I watched a lot of The 100. Shout out to Tiff. He put me onto that show.
Okay.
Dexter. It's a long, like 8 seasons long.
Yeah,
I stop at season 5. I'll tell you that right now. Save yourself.
Yeah, it didn't finish too great, but all of those shows, I even watched some shows again. Like Game of Thrones, I watched it multiple times. Like those kinds of things just take my mind off the game and help me relax.
Right.
Well, if you need another show, Vikings, a really good show.
Vikings?
If you like the fantasy Game of Thrones kind of feel, it's less like dragons and stuff like that, and more just like a little bit of history when it comes to Vikings and the invasions and stuff like that. It's actually really good.
I'll give that a try.
All right, let me know when you take a look at that. But we have some questions from Twitch.
Okay.
The first one is AJ Switch TV, and they ask, compete. How do you manage to keep your team focused while they are down? And how do you keep them up during tough situations?
Well, keeping the team focused when we're down, you just can't focus on negativity. A lot of things that people do when they're losing, they like to harp on the same play over and over again. They can't get that play out of their mind. But when you want to move on and try to fight back and give yourself a chance to win, you got to forget about that play. We'll talk about it after the game, but right now let's lock in, focus on the next possession. And to keep yourself up top and remain at that high, you just got to stay focused and don't get too high, too low. Like when you win and you drop 40, everyone's going to give you the credit, call you the best player in the world, do this, do that. But then when you lose and you have a terrible game, people are saying, oh, you fell off, you're washed up, this guy's better than you. So you can't feed into all of that stuff. You got to just play your game, perform every night, and be consistent over anything.
So I'm gonna just say, my bad, because we gotta get you playing right now. You didn't just come to answer questions. You came to play. You came to show off your expertise. So we're gonna get into that, and during that time, keep sending us questions via the Twitch chat. We're gonna be asking them and talking to him via during gameplay and everything like that. So please have them keep coming. Just keep bringing them. Or if you have any for us too, go ahead.
You got questions, we got answers.
Right,
That's simple,
it.
man. But I just noticed one that popped up that I just got to get into right now. It's from my man Coltrane. He wants to know, compete. Who do you think is a better rapper between Scott Cole and Dirk?
Scott Cole and Dirk?
Yes. This is a real question.
Oh man.
Man, that's tough. I'm not gonna lie, but Scott got the voice, but Dirk, he got the lyrics, so I'll probably go with Dirk.
What kind of voice though? Are you talking
Scott,
about like the slow kind of vibe,
no, Scott,
like J. Cole?
Scott has that voice when he talks, you listen. He can catch you with just the way he talks.
Oh,
but
so you got the
Dirk,
DMX one.
Yeah, Dirk is a smooth talker though. He can put a lot of things together, so I'll go with Dirk.
I feel that.
All right.
What you gonna put together for us in this game, my man?
All right, so definitely let's see what we can get going here. We in the park right now. Y'all see my gamer tag, GFG Compete. I'm on PlayStation right now, so if y'all want to join up, people in the chat, feel free to join up. Let's run it up on the park. Let's go.
So you got the verified badge too.
Yeah, you know I got the little logo, so we get some games going. Let's do it.
You know, I've noticed that anytime that people see the logo, they swarm in
Oh
droves.
yeah, and
They're looking like Nicki Minaj fans just all coming in.
And every game is a must-win because you lose, you getting screenshotted, you getting thrown on Twitter.
You know
everything.
somebody's coming at your head.
Someone's
on Twitter.
coming for you. When they see that logo, they get hype. You know, so you definitely got to bring.
You better not lose because they're gonna be all up in your mentions.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be all up in the mentions. Yep, for sure.
So while we're waiting, let me ask another question. Yay or Yee, not 2K asks, what are you looking forward to in the first overall pick in the draft?
Well, before I make any decisions on the draft, I'm really excited to see the combine because all the players know from last year, 2K18, the retail version and the league build was very different. So I'm waiting to see what the combine looks like. I'm looking forward to watching a bunch of streams, so make sure you guys tag me in all the streams. And just seeing, you know, how the gameplay is, and then based on the gameplay, then I'll look at what our team has already and what we need, and then we'll pick from there.
Okay,
Sounds about right.
Sounds right.
Yeah, my man Famous, shouts to Famous, he's in the chat right there. I know a lot of the 2K homies are there. Shout to him. Always a pretty inquisitive guy. He wants to know, you know, he's asking about the #1 pick. And you guys, you know, as a whole organization, Jazz Gaming, what are you really looking for in a player, somebody else you're bringing into that family?
Well, one thing that we learned from season 1 is that a lot of players have the talent to play the game, but what's the main factors in the league is you know, personalities. Are they a good fit for your team? You know, so we're definitely looking for a guy that can come in, that can handle the highs and the lows of the league. You know, can you handle if we lose 2, 3 in a row, like, and people criticizing you and telling you, hey, maybe you need to play a bigger role. Maybe, you know, you're coming in, you're playing with prominent names already that have resumes already. So can you handle playing with other guys? You know, maybe you were the main guy on your team for many years, and now you're coming over here, and we might ask you to play a lesser role. Are you okay with that? You know, so definitely finding a guy with the right mentality is over everything.
Well, I'm really glad you brought that up because you know it really goes back to, you know, skill is so important, but your mentality is not there as well. It's just not going to carry over.
Absolutely, the mentality is the biggest thing because when you're playing on this bigger platform, you know, your supporters are watching you, your family's watching you. Everyone has an opinion, you know, but they're not on your team, you know, so you need to keep some things in-house and work your problems out within your team and not let all the outside noise get to you because it can eat up a lot of people. You know, a lot of people are going from playing in the privacy of their own home online. When you lose, you can just turn the game off and that's it. But now when you lose in the league, you know, you're heavily criticized and you're put on social media and people, you know, you're a public figure now, so it's a lot different.
So what's your advice for the aspiring prospects who, you know, one of them is gonna be on your team? What's your advice for them when it comes to mental strength and keeping a focused view when it comes to competition when you're losing, and not just one game, but maybe losing 2 or 3 games in a row?
Just try to figure out how to work within your team and understanding how to talk to your teammates, because you can't talk to every person the same way. You know, this guy, you may be able to be a little bit harder with him, but this guy, he has a little bit more sensitive mentality. We have to talk to him a different way. So you just have to work with your teammates and figure out how you guys can win together, watch film together, and don't be afraid to criticize yourself, critique yourself and tell yourself, okay, I'm not perfect. Let me show you some of the things I'm doing wrong, but then at the same time, they have to be able to handle the criticism as well. Like, okay, these are the things that I need you to do better if we're gonna win. So just focus on your team. Don't worry about all the outside noise, people always criticizing you and critiquing you. Just focus on your team.
How did you adjust, right? Because in the beginning of the season, there was people there, but this league was new, so people were coming and watching and trying to figure out, like, how is this going to go? Like, how, you know, what's the format, everything like that. But then as we saw towards the playoff times, even the finals game, it was loud, It was rowdy, super mad, trash talking everywhere. Like, how are you able to adjust from having that quiet environment to that more in-your-face mentality? Because I mean, you had to have adjusted. This is not playing. This is not playing at home. This is you're playing in front of a crowd now.
Yeah, it's very different because you can't block out that noise that you hear in the studio. You hear them. You hear the other team chirping when you turn the ball over. Or you're having a bad game, and you hear the whole crowd going crazy. Sometimes people bring in all their fans, and you just feel like it's a home game, like they got the advantage. So you just have to understand that that's part of it, and you have to get yourself like, okay, don't worry about that. Don't listen to all that stuff. Let me focus on whatever the game plan may be, and let's focus on doing what we need to do. Because if we're winning, they're not going to be talking. So let's focus on getting the lead and winning, and we won't have to worry even hear them talk anything. So
all this knowledge you're bringing to the table is almost invaluable for a lot of people. So whoever does end up on your team is very lucky. But do you feel like all this knowledge and this kind of this amazing mentality that you gained is because you went so high in the draft? Like for you, what was it like to go at number 3?
Going number 3 meant a lot. Definitely just having that respect for my peers, because it's hard to get respect in this community. They really dwell on your losses and they don't talk much about your wins. So just going that high and having an organization believe in me, Jazz Gaming taking me there and telling me they want me to be the leader of this team. And I definitely feel personally like I didn't live up to my expectations as a leader, because we faced adversity in season 1 and we weren't able to get over that hump. So I put all that on me since we didn't get over the hump. But it just meant everything, definitely going that high. It's something that you can't change, and you have to live up to that pressure every single day. And I'm used to that because I've always been the leader figure for my personal team before the league. So I was already groomed for that, before the league.
All right, so we're going to go and check out the game right now. It's about to start. It looks like it's ending.
Yep, let's see. We got
out here looking like Pretty Mellow.
We got T Smooth HQ out here. Who's that? Ankle God. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we playing with out here. Start this up. Oh, people getting off. Uh-oh.
I think they're going to get back on. They see your logo.
There we go.
All right.
Got 2. Let's see, we got waiting on 2 people. We're ready on our side. Come on, join up, chat. Join up. Get in here. Let's do it.
Yeah, and also feel free to drop more questions. We're going to be asking throughout his gameplay. So go to the chat section and drop it right in there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Obviously, on a team, about to play a little bit, essentially just for fun, for you, what I'm saying? But there was actually another good question from you, Wild Bro. He wanted to know, and I'm actually curious myself, how would you feel, even like as high as you were drafted and that leadership you bring to a team, but if they asked you to take a lesser role going into the next season, like for you, is that something you can do without a hitch? Or?
I mean, it's always tough when you've always done a lot for a team, and then you feel like you still can do that and more, and the team is asking you to take a lesser role. But you have to understand that it's a business. We have the number 1 pick, so obviously we're bringing in a very strong, high-caliber player that he might be able to do some things, as that number 1 guy. And maybe he needs to be the number 1 guy to play at his best. Yeah. So that could be something that comes up, and if they ask me to do that, then I'll gladly take a lesser role. But I definitely feel like a guy that's going to come in, I'm going to challenge him from a competitive standpoint. Like, I hold myself to high standards, so if you're going to have this role, I'm going to hold you to these standards, and me and you got to be able to see eye to eye, because it's hard. You can clash, when you have 2 alphas, you can definitely clash, and those things don't work out. You need the whole team to buy in.
So I'm curious, this year, not just in 2K League, but we've also seen across the board when it comes to esports and gaming. People are doing it full time, and it's in a very high competitive level. For those who haven't experienced that quite yet, what are some things that they're going to have to change within their lifestyle or preparation in order to really play at the highest competition level as possible?
There's a lot of things. Your focus has to be there. You have to treat this and no longer as a game, as your livelihood. Like, this is your career now. A lot of people play 2K just for the fun of it, but as a professional, you have to approach the game very differently. So those people, it's tough. You know, like a lot of things that factored in, especially with you not seeing your family for a couple of months. You know, you're going to be away from your family. How can you deal with those kinds of things mentally? So it's very tough, but you have to deal with everything mentally. It all starts from your mental, and if you can build up that focus and preparation and get prepared for it, then you'll be fine.
So we're still waiting. I guess we're waiting on like what, one more player? Like
guys are getting on.
Usually these guys are like quick to jump on board and play against you guys,
Yeah, what's
but it
going
looks
on,
like they're
man?
not.
Let's get
Like,
it.
are some folks scared? Like, yo, whoever's watching this Twitch, you better jump on right now. We're waiting. We want him to
There
play.
we go.
Oh,
There it is. All right.
There
Somebody
we go.
stepped
yo,
up.
someone was watching.
Yep. Someone was
This time a
watching.
little shook, to be honest. I
know.
That
It took
gamer
a
tag gets
while.
recognized. You get blasted on Twitter. That's it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Turn off notifications.
Yo, that screen capture.
Pure stretch. Play shot creator.
Hello.
Okay.
The animation.
Yeah, the playground's
I'm
fun,
getting so many
man.
friend
But,
requests right now.
people play this game a lot. It's
I
great.
can't believe I'm playing with a 2K league.
See, play sharp, pure slasher, pure point forward. All right.
So you're about to play right now. I got a question from Expose Him. He wants to know what position do you feel most comfortable in playing?
Me personally,
Yeah.
point guard. I
Of
definitely
course.
like to lead the game from the point guard perspective. I feel like, me personally, I think that the point guard position is the hardest position to play. It takes the most talent, most preparation to play. You get the most scrutiny when you don't play well at that position. So I just like to lead from that standpoint, having the ball in my hand and making decisions, because I think that, you know, it's the toughest thing to do, and I just assume the toughest role.
Feel that?
Oh, good take. Oh yeah, turnover. I'm here. I got you. Oh yeah, swing that around. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Open shot. Knock it down. Oh. I got rebounds. There you go. Knock it down. Ah, I got rebounds again. Come on. Give me one. Give me one. Dang.
My man gave him a million-second chance and still
That's
No.
tough.
couldn't deliver for you.
Oh, give me that. Oh yeah. We on the break.
That's my
Come on. Let's turn up. What we doing right here? Throw it in. Oh yeah, it's buzzing now. Oh, he getting crazy. Doing little park moves, trying to spice it up. I see it. Oh, okay, good patience. That was nice. All right, they got a nice little lead right now. Let's go.
So far, it's good that no one's trigger happy with the reach-ins.
Oh yeah.
Because sometimes they be just pressing that button trying to steal the ball.
Yep, spamming. I see you. Knock it down. Woo,
He had
there
to
we
give
go.
you
He
one.
gave me one. He
He had
gave
to
me
give
one.
you
There
one.
it is.
Gotta warm up.
Yeah, you needed a couple. Oh yeah, I'm here. Uh-oh. There it is. Oh no. Oh no. We got boards. Outlet. Come on. Knock it down. Okay. Oh, we went all the way down. Kick it out. Kick it out. Ah. Oh yeah, I'm here. I got your help. Ah! Dang, couldn't get it.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. I don't want to disturb you too much.
no,
you can keep looking at the screen.
Yeah,
Don't
I
worry.
got
You can
you.
keep looking at the screen. So we have a question from. Dang, this text is so small. My gosh. All right. So we have one from Dexter's Live. They ask, "What is your favorite part of the NBA 2K community?"
My favorite part about the community?
Yes.
Oh man, I love Twitter. I just love the 2K community on Twitter. Like the things that happen after a game, when people have a great game or have a terrible game. Like the Twitter community is so funny to me. It gives me a lot of
Definitely
entertainment. It's
Yeah.
definitely my highlight. I love to get on Twitter and just read and see some of the posts that people make after people have a great performance or a bad performance. It's so funny to me.
Yeah, yeah. Tricky.